Just now, one of the beauty of speaking at these events is that because you are the only one who can remove a mask. So, Minister Gan, Ambassador Piorko, ladies and gentlemen, members and friends of Eurocham, a warm welcome and good evening. I'm really happy to welcome you to our second edition of the Eurocham Sustainability Award. We're going step by step. The first edition was very successfully run last year, sadly on Zoom. This year we are convening in a small room, but at least we can greet physically among few of us. Hopefully next year we have hundreds of people all here enjoying drinks and removing masks, even if we're not speaking. You know, today for us it's about celebrating collaboration. It's about celebrating collaborations between European Union and European companies and Singapore. And the collaboration, in my opinion, it's relevant because we have the ambition and the hope to believe that Europe is probably today the biggest leader on sustainability. And not only for the technology, not only for the innovation, but also I believe for the setting of standards and regulations that may not be perfect, but for sure are a point of reference that is being taken globally from different countries. On the other side, Singapore has the concrete opportunity, in my own opinion, to champion the sustainable agenda in the whole region, not only in Southeast Asia, but also in APAC. So I believe we have all what takes to make this collaboration to foster even bigger, as we saw until now, that is already happened. At the core, of our agenda, sustainability has been put 3 years ago. I think timing was quite lucky. We started in end of 2018 brainstorming on this one, and then we launched our program. Today we're celebrating our second anniversary for the award. Last year we published our white book, and the initiatives keep flowing. And I think that saying was lucky because then we saw a rush of countries presenting their own agendas on sustainability, their Green Deal for Europe 2 years ago, Singapore most recently for the Green Plan 2030. Many countries announcing, many companies racing to announce their net zero challenge by what year and their targets. And I think that indeed, if you look at the current agenda, not only COP26, but even the G20 recently, the sustainable angle was definitely one of the biggest one probably that was even accelerated by COVID. To remain relevant to our constituency here in Singapore, I think that our challenge is to remain true to the theme that are important for our members and to remain true to the theme that are important for Singapore. So it's a blend of always looking at new thematics, at the same time to keep doing something that is relevant. So this year, we are focusing again on green finance and smart mobility. Green finance is somewhere where we cannot think sustainability can happen without. We are in one of the major financial hub in the world, and therefore green finance remain a focus in all its declinations, from green loan to green bonds to green funds, and looking at different parts of the spectrum of the finance business. Smart mobility, of course, we are in the perfect city to test new technology, to test new possibilities, new opportunities. Singapore is perfect for many different angles. We treasure our collaboration with LTA and with many other agencies of the government, many of which report into MTI. But it's also the time that we have to look at what's relevant for our companies and for the community at large. And I'm thinking, with some stretch, we launched this year the category of biodiversity. It was tough, but we wanted to make a point that that's something where ecosystems are really endangered, and in this part of the world more than in others. So I think that we want to stay relevant and also tackle those thematics that are not the simplest to be addressed. We looked at green consumer. If there is one key stakeholder for every company today that is pushing every company to become sustainable are consumers, because without consumers, we don't sell our products, and therefore we pose our attention on green consumer was one of the most participated categories, and we are very proud to be able to give this award this year. Lastly, we look at sustainable workforce, because if it's true that the number one concern, or number two, or anyway, very high on the agenda of every CEOs in global companies is sustainability, then the number two concern is, okay, with what workforce do I achieve sustainability? And so to have a sustainable workforce on one side and to have also a workforce able to tackle all the challenges in sustainability remain key to be able to have a sustainable company. I believe that this effort on sustainability was really appreciated not only by our members. We're seeing an increase in membership. We're seeing members which will be more engaged. So the activity is bustling even more. We're fostering local collaboration further. I'm seeing my friends from Singapore Business Federation, from Global Compact Singapore. These are local organizations we are working strictly more and more and more on. MTI is engaging us on a lot of fronts. So we want to keep the momentum high, and this program will be here to stay in the year to come. And lastly, allow me to say that we're very pleased to see increasing every year the number of participation, the number of application, and the quality of this. And we have this application coming from many European countries, but also increasingly, for me, it's very important for what I said in the beginning, that we have an increasingly massive amount from Singapore companies. So if we have an increased amount of Singapore companies who want to win our award and want to participate into our program, that means that probably there is something we're doing right, and probably there is something that tells people that our voice on sustainability in this country is being heard, and we can steer the conversation and the agenda. So we're very proud of this. So allow me to conclude by thanking all of you to participate, to thank the Minister for gracing the event and his staff to be so supportive of this effort that we are doing, and to thank all the sponsors for making today's event possible. So allow me to start from our knowledge partner. Accenture is the second year in a row supporting our efforts, supporting all the metrics to, to make the decision process robust. And without them, all this effort couldn't have been possible. Allow me to thank the sponsor of the day, Airbus, ING, Evonik, Jess, Asia Pacific Brewery, and Hennessy. And allow me to thank the judges that we have all of them in the room. I'm very pleased they could make it today. As you saw in our social media, it's an outstanding panel of judges from European companies, Singapore company. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the event. Have a nice evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donato.